I am Daniel O'Brien, Crack.com's head writer, and if you followed my career, you know that social interaction isn't exactly my strong suit. There are ways for me and others like me to work on our awkwardness, confront our fears, learn how to function better in society, but that sounds like it would involve a lot of work and talking to other people, like right in person or on the phone. Oh my god. So, instead, I'd like to offer some changes that the world can make to accommodate me. I live in Los Angeles, but my family and the people I grew up with all live in New Jersey, and because I like my family, and as a late 20-somethings-year-old, every goddamn person I grew up with is now getting married, I end up spending a lot of time on planes. I also acknowledge that not everyone flies that often, and some people might be flying for the first time, which is exactly why I think an instructional manual might come in handy. And to be clear, I don't mean the safety one that already comes with an airplane about oxygen masks and life preservers and what you should do if the plane hits a mountain, which is, say something cool, and then just die, I guess. I mean, we need an instruction manual for just general plane etiquette. Respect that armrests are part of a neutral zone to be shared by two people. Relax on the amount of space that you think your knees deserve. Don't stand in a clump in front of the line before your boarding group is called, because that motionless clump is, guess what, line-like in mannerisms and appearance, and very confusing to people whose boarding groups have actually been called. You're anxious to get on the plane, I know anxiety, but the seats are numbered. We've figured it out, we've already taken care of it. You have a seat. If you're going to lean your chair back, don't. I mean, I know that the option is there that you can lean your seat back, but come on, we're all just trying to live in this big stupid world. Just be cool. Also, when the plane lands, don't stand up as soon as the safety belt light turns off, because there are still about 10 minutes before the doors will actually open. That's just 10 minutes where you're looming over the guy next to you, making everyone anxious, shifting your weight back and forth, just towering. Everyone just close your eyes and sit still. The most alienating thing to an awkward person at a gym is that everyone else seems like they know everything about every piece of equipment and muscle group and so on. Everyone's so confident and sure and tall, but some of us are still fairly new to gyms. These are machines that might be great, but I will never try because the embarrassment of using it wrong in front of the strong, tan, and beautiful of Los Angeles is so great that I legitimately have panic dreams about it. Like in the dream, I pull a thing on a machine and then it snaps and I'm like, and then I run into the sea, just so I never have to face any of those golden strangers again. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, why don't you just ask someone more experienced for tips, which would be a great solution if I were even remotely functional socially. That is, I don't know if you could tell by my everything, sadly not the case. The real solution? Amateur hours. Set aside a few hours every day for me and the other mutants to experiment with different weights and machines without the fear that we're going to embarrass ourselves in front of all the perfect chads and electras that normally frequent the gym. I just want to know what some of that stuff does. My gym has like these big giant ropes just lying around. And those cartoon weights that are like an iron ball with a handle, like a tiny metal purse that makes me strong. What do I do with that? You clap them? You know what my favorite thing about Uber is? The fact that you don't really have to talk to anyone. Talking and bonding is woven into the DNA of cabs, but with Uber, I turn on my phone, press the Uber button, type in my destination, and that's it. My credit card information is already stored in there. The Uber driver picks me up, and we don't have to exchange a word if we don't want to, which we don't. My least favorite thing about Uber is that it feels like it's only a matter of time before serial killers find out about it and just go nuts. I bring it up because I would pay any amount of extra money for a no-talking version of almost anything. A barbershop where I could just quietly meditate instead of trying to make forced, awkward small talk about the weather while a stranger touches my head and occasionally rests their breasts on my neck non-sexually. A dentist's office where I could zone out and listen to music instead of having to engage in a conversation with a person while trying to ignore the fact that we're breathing into each other's mouths. I haven't been to a doctor in like 6 years, not because I'm healthy. In fact, the opposite. I'm pretty sure that there are parts of my insides that just left. Like I don't have them anymore. Some of the gross inside stuff just off. But I avoid doctors because I don't want to try to bond over sports while some cold-handed stranger inspects my parts and is like, I really think the Giants have a shot this year, but hey, let me grab onto your nutsack real fast. Oh no, that's a bad nutsack. You think they should fire Coughlin? Cough? Or even if he's like, this is good. That's a world-class nutsack you got there. It's a champion nutsack. Thank you. I don't want to hear it. I just want the option to have routine checkups and appointments without forced social interaction. Despite what you may have been led to believe based on this video and my appearance and my just general, all of the whole thing, I'm not some social recluse. I go out at night. I do things stomp around various speakeasies and discotheques with all the other gadabouts, and I know how to let my hat fly, if you know what I'm saying. On occasion, though, I just want somewhere peaceful that isn't my apartment where I can grab a drink, read a book, maybe do some writing. It's hard to do that at a standard bar because most bars are loud, and most people who write at bars are just begging you to ask them what they're writing about. And if you haven't noticed, I'm bad at talking to strangers. I just want to write and drink alone. Oh, shut up! Hemingway did it, and he was fine. Eventually shot himself at the end for some reason that I don't know about. But before that, he ruled the school. So, easy with the judgments. I try to keep work out of my home and reserve home life for unwinding and hanging out with my dog. So, it would be nice to have someplace that wasn't my apartment to sit in a comfy chair with a nice beer and write internet videos. That's all I want. Oh my God, that's all I want? Jesus. What a bummer. Anyway, these have been my humble solutions for small changes that would make life easier for socially awkward people. If you have any suggestions or additions, please, whatever you do, don't come up to me in real life and talk about them. I would just, even thinking about it makes me very nervous. Please just back up a little bit right now, actually. This is too much for me to,
Thanks for watching whatever that was. Hope you liked it. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click like if you didn't know that that was a possibility. And in the comments, if you could list maybe your 10 favorite videos from Cracked, and we'll make a playlist for you. I'm sorry,